Hi, I'm Nicole Reed. This video is about the fifth chakra, which is the throat chakra. And that is all about communication and self-expression. So it's about being able to speak your own personal truth, being able to share yourself honestly and with ease. And it's also about being heard in that connection with other people. So it's just about communication in general. So you can imagine why the fifth chakra is super duper important. And the color for the fifth chakra is blue. There can be a lot of different kinds of shades of blue. And when we get into the sixth chakra, which is a darker shade of blue, an indigo, that sort of is like the bridge between the blue and the purple, right? But for the fifth chakra, it's more about the pure blues. It's about blue, without the purple mixed into it. So you want to think about really aligning yourself with the color blue when you need support for your fifth chakra. So what are some of the issues that you might be facing? Well, first we're going to the issues and then we'll go into the support. So what are some of the issues you might be facing around communication? Well, it may be hard for you to share your truth. It may be really difficult for you to express something that's going on for you or share your experience of something. It may be hard for you to share your feelings, right? These are things that many of us struggle with, or some of us, we don't struggle with it at times, but we do at other times. And this is a signal or a symbol to, like a little flag that your fifth chakra is really needing some support. So if you're feeling like it's difficult for you to speak your truth, and this, by the way, also helps with written form, right? So this is verbal and written, but it's just communication in general. It's how do you express yourself in the world, right? Do you feel comfortable doing so? Do you feel clean and clear, and does it feel really natural and flowing? Or do you feel stifled and kind of suppressed, repressed, suffocated, feeling like, oh, I can't speak my truth, right? Because that, that's not going to help you at all. How are you going to share yourself with the world if that's a huge blockage to not be able to express yourself? So we got to clear this up. We got to clear up the fifth chakra. And what are some of the ways we could do this? Well, one of the ways is through crystals. So we have here our lovely blue lace agate. What you can see here is this just very gentle, very tranquil, very calming stone. And I just love this stone because it feels so peaceful. And it just feels, this particular one just feels like I can just kind of hold this between my fingers. This was a gift to me as well. And so that makes me think of my friend who gave it to me as well. And it's really good for helping you to be heard, right? So if you're having trouble kind of speaking up or, feeling like, you have something to say, this is great because it helps to dissolve those patterns of repression that might have started in childhood or, who knows when these things start, all these kinds of conditioning. But if you have a feeling like, oh, I can't speak up or like it's really hard, blue lace agate might really support you with this. And it might be kind of cool to get a necklace of blue lace agate. So it's a beautiful stone too, and it really goes with anything. Fashion. And if you can get a choker, it will be like right here. I personally don't like wearing chokers because I find them to be uncomfortable, but a lot of people find that they like it. So if that's you, go for it. And if you're like me and it's uncomfortable, then just kind of get it close by. So you could just have it dangling, as close as possible. You can also consider earrings because that's going to be close to your throat chakra as well. So just kind of around that area to be able to support that. And this may help you be able to get out of that suppression and repression mode and really being able to clean and clear the way for you to speak your truth. We also have blue Sodalite here, which you can see is a darker shade and has this nice beautiful stripe in it. And Sodalite is really interesting because it bridges the rational thoughts with your intuitive senses as well. And so it's kind of, the way I like to think of it is bridging like all your truths together, right? You have the rational thought, you have your spiritual perception, and this brings it together and says, this is my truth, and I want to express it now out into the world. And so it's going to help you do that, and it's also going to help you with being able to share your feelings more. So being able to say, okay, here's how I feel. So if you have trouble sharing your feelings, blue Sodalite's your pal for that one. And then here we have the lovely kyanite, which you can see here, and you can see that these are all totally different shades of blue, but they're all blue, so that's cool. And kyanite is really good for inner peace. And here's the thing too, is like, as with every crystal, if you're like, oh, what does this crystal do? These crystals do not just do one thing. This is not for this, and this is for this. These are like serious multitaskers. Like, they do so many beautiful things for us. They help with so many different things, whether it's spiritual, mental, physical, etc. So in no way, shape, or form is anything that I'm showing on any of these videos a limited list of what any of these crystals can do. They have these like unlimited powers, and it's like crazy cool. So If any of them are kind of intriguing you or like capturing your attention, please go research more and find out all the wonderful qualities of each of the crystals. So I'm just sharing a few in these videos. But because this is blue, it's great for the throat chakra. It can also help with the third eye chakra, which we'll talk about in the next video. But sticking with the fifth chakra, kyanite's really interesting because it doesn't hold on to any negative energy. So it doesn't need to be cleansed, which is super cool, nice and easy to take care of, and it will also cleanse other crystals. And so when I found this out, my first thought was, oh, well, if it doesn't hold negative energy, like if I'm around it, could it teach me to not hold on to negative energy? Right? And that's a beautiful way to clear the way for the throat and for self-expression. Because a lot of times when we don't express ourselves, it's because we're holding on to some kind of grudge, or we feel like we can't, or like there's some sort of negative block. But kyanite's great for chakra alignment and just getting that whole flow going again and just being able to put your truth out into the world, which is what the fifth chakra is all about. So, wear blue. Look for essential oils that support the throat chakra. Practice expressing yourself. Really believing in yourself, that this is something that is totally possible for you. So if you're feeling blocked, it's not a forever thing. You can absolutely unblock this, and it's a journey, and it takes effort, or focus anyway, to do this. And what you can also do is do some affirmations. And so some of the affirmations that support the fifth chakra is anything along communication or self-expression. So something like, I communicate easily. Or I share my truth. I speak my truth. I share myself honestly. I'm able to speak about my feelings, right? Or it is safe for me to do so. And that's kind of where you're bridging the first chakra and the fifth chakra, the safety, right? You have that foundation, like all is well, so it's cool for me to speak. I can do this. And you absolutely can. So please take what you've learned today. And if this is you, it's never too late to start speaking your truth and using crystals and other beautiful things to support that. So we have our lovely array here, and wear blue, surround yourself with blue, imagine blue, and maybe you do a meditation where you're bathing yourself in blue and specifically focusing on your throat chakra opening up, and maybe even imagining kind of like a clear waterfall or air pathway kind of going through there, to open up anything that might be blocked to get you clean and flowing and expressing yourself fully in the world. Next, we're going to discuss the sixth chakra, which is your third eye. It's all about intuition and insight and kind of deep diving into the mystical. So I will see you on that very soon.